Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in Smiljan, a city in the Austrian Empire, which is modern-day Croatia. His father was a priest, and Tesla wanted to go into priesthood himself. However, it was clear that Tesla had a knack for science and mathematics, as he was able to do advanced calculus in his head at a very early age. Tesla became very ill early on, and on his deathbed his father promised him that if he got well, he'd send him to engineering school. Of course, Tesla got well, and moved to America with literally 4 cents and a letter of introduction to Thomas Edison in his pocket. Not long after being in America, Tesla realized that everyone there used a direct current system for electricity. This was highly inefficient and would never do. Edison told Tesla that he'd pay him an extraordinary amount if he could revise their system. In just 9 months, Tesla did it. However, when Tesla came to receive his pay, Edison told him that he did not understand his American humor, and Tesla did not receive any pay. He immediately quit his job and forever hated Thomas Edison. Over time, the better system wins, and Tesla had the better system by far, and his use of alternating currents eventually trumped Edison's use of direct currents. This would later be known as the AC/DC Wars. At this point, everyone in America loved Tesla. He was always well dressed, spoke with an accent, and invented cool things. However, Tesla did not think he was cool. He had visions that were just a little too far beyond his reach. He dreamed of turning Niagara Falls into the biggest source of energy ever beheld, and dreamed of supplying the world energy wirelessly. Although he did not get to accomplish these goals, we can run over some of the things that he did invent or contribute to. 3-phase electric power, the induction motor, wireless telegraphy, alternating currents, the neon lamp, the remote control, the Tesla coil, rotating magnetic fields, radio, robots, lasers, X-rays, limitless free energy, and the list goes on and on. But it gets harder and harder to understand. Point being, name anything you have today, and Tesla probably played some part in inventing it. I do believe that Tesla was a mad scientist, but also differed from other innovators. He wanted to save energy and benefit the world by using available sources, which explains why he frequently needed funding. His lack of business skills could possibly explain why he was disregarded by not only society, but by his competitors as well. Tesla spoke of a death ray later on in his life. This may be where the mad scientist come from. He called it a peace beam. His father despised war, and he was left with the same deep hatred. The only country that sought interest in his death ray was the Soviet Union in 1937, who tested a diagram in 1939, and Tesla obtained a $25,000 check, which was a lot in his time. Although his dream of ending the war was never accomplished, Tesla never stopped working on his beam, even with little to no funding. Later in his life, he started a project called the Wardenclyffe Tower. It was built and designed by him in 1901 in New York. Although this building was supposed to transmit messages, it sadly was not funded enough and demolished. Nikola Tesla went bankrupt after this setback to his career. It is sad to think that Nikola Tesla was living in poverty, but he was. He lived in a hotel that he rented and did not own his own house. He also had symptoms of obsessive-compulsive disorder, so much that he would walk around a building 3 times before entering. Although Tesla had many setbacks, on his 75th birthday, he was on the front of Time magazine. He also got a chance to file a lawsuit against Marconi, an inventor that was using several of his patents and won the Nobel Peace Prize, but Tesla did not go through with filing. Marconi's inventions were later declared invalid. Tesla changed the world we live in today and everything we know.